Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the retro no-cap recap of the Curse of Oak Island Season 8 Episode 18 called Cannon Fodder, originally aired March 16th, 2021. If you missed any of my recaps of previous and future episodes, there's a link to my Oak Island playlist in the upper right. Let's get into it. Previously on the Curse of Oak Island, people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 230 years. The team is continuing to excavate the eastern border of the man-made triangle-shaped swamp. Specifically, they are uncovering the remains of a potentially ancient cobblestone pathway. Archaeologist Aaron Taylor uncovers these stones by hand. He also finds a wooden stake. Many stakes have been found in the swamp since the search began. They are believed to be survey markers used by whoever manipulated the swamp. Marty finds another wooden stake. In this particular section, there are many more stakes being found than usual. Aaron suspects something different about the section, like perhaps the path turns into a new direction here or branching into two directions. In the money pit area, the spoils reveal wood at 86 feet underground. The previous 4 boreholes they have drilled have also brought up wood and spoils from 86 to 87 feet. Meaning that there is almost certainly a structure of some type, most likely a tunnel. They're in borehole location C3, very near the area most of the searcher drilling has taken place, including the chapel and hidden shafts, which were dug when the original money pit shaft location was known. Over the years and multiple digs that destroyed landmarks, that location has been lost. The carbon dating on the wood came up as early 1648, which is 147 years before the 1795 discovery of the Money Pit Depression. Back in the swamp, Miriam, Rick, and other members of the team are hand excavating to determine where the path goes. Rick finds blue clay that he says is just like putty, no sand, rocks, or grit in it. And just like what was found at 90 feet in the original money pit shaft in 1804. The current team also found blue clay in the eye of the swamp the previous year in 2019. Dr. Spooner had dated the eye as a structure to 1680. Miriam suspects that it is used here as a way of keeping the cobblestones together, and Rick says that in the money pit and eye of the swamp it was used as caulk, multi-purpose. On lot 15 near the pine tar kiln, this hard compacted mound is broken up by the excavator so that Gary can metal detect it. Gary detects this piece of iron and says he had never seen anything like it. The next find is a similar piece. And then a third. Michael John suggests that they are ballast material used to balance a ship on the high seas. If that's the case, presumably they were repurposed for something else. 2 days later in the war room, carbon dating has come in on 2 of the survey stakes found recently in the swamp by Aaron and Marty. The first is dated 1719 to 1826. The second is dated 1636 to 1684. Narrator Robert Clotworthy says that the stone pathway could date back to 1636 as well. The team also discusses that the 2 stakes found within 10 feet of each other, being dated a century apart, could support the theory that there were multiple occupations by different generations of the same group or different groups. Countless artifacts from different centuries also found on the island support this theory as well. Marty suggests that perhaps the originally built path had been covered by nature in between groups, and the later group had to rebuild or refurbish it. With knowledge of finds in the 4 seasons that followed this one, I would add the possibility that the builders purposefully covered it up instead of nature doing that. Dr. Spooner joins members of the team in the eastern boundary of the swamp, specifically more inland than they have been. Dr. Spooner says this newly uncovered area was one of intense manipulation. There's a bunch of cobble to the left and uphill, so the current plan is to follow this line to the upper right. They think the path likely heads to Lot 15 and or the Money Pit area. Billy says that there would be no reason to rock this unless you were hauling real heavy stuff. The transition shot is of the eastern side of the swamp with the Nolan property in the background. Charles Barkhouse, David Fernetti, and Dan Hensky travel to visit blacksmith Carmen Legg to get his opinion on Gary's recent finds. He thinks they are legs of some type, but the bottoms are rounding, which would indicate something that could be dragged. Carmen says this one has a bend in it due to enormous force on it that caused it to break. Following that thinking, he says they are probably from signal cannons or one larger cannon. Based on the metal, Carmen dates it to early 1700s, 1710 to 1720, and would culturally be from English manufacture. Back on Oak Island, Dr. Spooner has the idea to get Gary to metal detect Lot 13 as a way to possibly find where the path goes even before excavating. Gary detects something, but then to the left of that area, he sees iron sticking out of a rock. Dr. Spooner says someone drilled the rock out to put the iron in it. Gary says it could have been a ring bolt, and Rick says that Fred Nolan often spoke of a ring bolt he found that was cut off. Tom joins them and confirms that it is one of the original ring bolt rocks his father found nearly 50 years prior. Earlier in Season 8, Gary found this ring bolt in the swamp as part of the road excavation. A few feet away, Dr. Spooner spots this cobble, which he says is likely a continuation of the road. Tom points out how this area is surrounded by trees, so no one would see what is being done here. They never show what Gary actually detected, if it was something else, so maybe it was just the ring bolt that was being detected from a few feet away. I'll be continuing retro no-cap recaps of Season 8 this summer while awaiting Season 13, which will likely begin in November. I'm also working on a preseason special, Oak Island Looks Back and Ahead, that will probably be on YouTube in late August. All other seasons and episodes are in my Oak Island playlist. I'm also doing retro no-cap recaps of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, Seasons 2 through 4. Seasons 1, 5, and the aired episodes of Season 6 are all done. That would be all of them since the season's over. And those are in the Skinwalker Ranch playlist. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Sempre avanti.